to Rush. Today we're going to be changing out the shifter to a short shifter, a Cubes short shifter. I already have gone ahead and done that, but I'll walk you through the whole process today. So this is the original one. Obviously it has, the other two GTRs have such a really long throw. So the idea with the short shifter is to drastically reduce that. The Cube short shifter reduces it by about 30%. It might even be more than that from what I'm seeing, and so far it's an amazing mod. Just makes the gearbox a lot more notchier, way shorter, way faster shift. So we'll go ahead, have a look at that process, walk you through how it's done. Really easy process. The shifter is built really well. What I'll also be doing in today's video is replacing one of the boots, because when I was replacing it from the stock one, I noticed the bottom boot was actually torn. So there is a bit of noise in the gearbox now, and it got worse when I replaced it with the Cube short shifter. So I've purchased a new boot from Nissan, only $12. So we'll be replacing that with a new one during this process as well. Alright, so let's get to it.
Okay, so essentially what we're going to do is start taking off some of the interior. I've noticed some people take off this whole fascia around here, but you don't actually need to do that. All you need to do is pop open this section here, and then you can tilt it and peel it off a little bit here. It's probably safer too. These parts aren't the strongest, they're quite brittle, especially with a 25-30-year-old car. First, what we need to do is start by unscrewing the gear knob here. So you just crack this off. This is a original Nissan GTR gear knob shifter. However, some may have an Allen key just under here, which you'll need to unscrew, but otherwise you can just unscrew it, pull that off. So what we can do now is just start to take this area off here. There's kind of just a few little clips, so just be super careful because they can be brittle. So they should just pop out like this. And you can see these little tabs down here. Just push that forward a little bit, wriggle it around until you get it off. And just slide that boot off now, just like that. So this is the actual Cube short shifter. We're kind of doing this in reverse because I've already installed it. But like I was saying, the boot is broken underneath this boot here, so we'll be replacing that, but I'll walk you through how to install this. So the next step now is to undo these 4 screws here. They hold down this metal bracket and this boot as well. They kind of secure it in place. So we'll go ahead and undo those. Can be a bit messy under here too, obviously. 25-30 years of grime and oil and dust build up. So just be mindful of that. It's definitely worthwhile giving it a clean down once you have removed it. This one down here is a bit tighter just with that plastic panel, but you can still get it off. Alrighty, so we'll just finish grabbing those screws out. So just put those screws somewhere safe too, because they can fall down through the transmission tunnel down here, that little cavity. Okay, so we've got those 4 off now. Now we can just start to twist off this plate and this boot. Okay, so there's the plate, got the plate off. As you can see, super rusty, dirty, give that a clean. I need to give that a much better clean. And now we can take this first boot off, sliding it over the shifter. And remember, there will be oil and a bit of grime and stuff in there too, so this one's a bit cleaner. Alrighty, so let's have a look. This is the $12 part that I bought from Nissan because it was split. As you can see, it's split just there, so we'll go ahead and take this one off. So you can see here how it's all split. It's also letting in quite a lot of sound too, so what I'll do is put the new one on, and you can't really secure it to this new short shifter bracket. It's designed a little bit differently, so might need to modify it a little bit, maybe cable tie it down to reduce that noise. So this is what the cube short shifter plate looks like. Really nicely well made, really nice machined aluminium, and obviously the shifter here. So it's quite a similar setup to just the OEM one. So we'll have a look at the differences now, but obviously this is probably the biggest difference, is this plate here, and there's just actually less parts than the OEM one to go into this short shifter kit. So these are the original parts here. This is the original shifter, and original circlips and little clips that go, or gaskets that go in there. You don't actually need these with the new one, so we just take these out, replace this. Very simple. You get a new bushing here as well too. It actually comes with 2 different sizes depending on your application and model. So all you need to do is just grease that up, and also grease up this area here and here, and then wind on your shifter and then place it in. It also comes with a little aluminium spacer. So down in here there is actually a spacer that you need to fit. That's really the biggest difference here. And then obviously this plate as well. This plate is quite challenging to get on, because on the R32 GTR there are no mounting points. So they've added these little banana clip mounts that it clips into, and you need just Allen key to mount them in. It is quite challenging, to be honest. That was the most challenging part of the install, but I just did it by myself. But I just leave it in like a screwdriver on the side here, which kind of helped like keep it stable, and then just tighten them up with Allen keys here. Also worth mentioning too is that I recommend using Loctite on these, and when you screw on this as well, that'll definitely help just keep things a lot more secure. So we're going to put this boot on now, just making sure that F obviously faces front, which it mentions there. So we might need to modify this a little bit, potentially hold it down with some cable ties or something, because I don't think this is going to fit over that cube speed mounting bracket, but we'll give it a shot. Alright, so we got that first boot on. It doesn't fit perfectly, but it's okay. We'll probably keep an eye on that one, just to make sure no oil or anything can get in the gearbox from there. We'll also test how noisy it is in the cabin as well. So we'll go ahead, put the shifter back on, put all the boots back on, take it for a drive and see what it's like. Alrighty, so both boots are on, brackets back in place. Now we can just put on the cosmetic boot and the gear knob. We'll take it for a spin. Okay, there we have it. Nice and notchy. Very short between gears. when I fitted it, I actually thought I'd jammed it because the gears were so close together. I thought it was just able to go in third and fourth, but took it for a drive and yeah, it worked really well. So yeah, from first to third, for example, is just really, really close. Let's take it for a drive. So this is actually the first drive with your steering wheel too, so far so good. It's quite small, like even the grip is really tiny, but in terms of actual feel, it's really cool. So let's try and go through some gears here. Super notchy, really quick, feels good. The throw is far less than what it used to be, the stock ones. Help the noise a little bit, but not too much. So it is a bit louder than the stock OEM unit. Do have an exhaust leak at the moment too, so it sounds a bit like a tractor, unfortunately. Have to get that looked at. So yeah, after driving it, really love it. It's, like I said, really notchy, super quick to shift. It feels a lot more secure going into gear. I definitely recommend Cube Performance short shifter. I have driven the Nismo ones and it's very similar to those, but the Cube ones are, yeah, a hell of a lot cheaper. So yeah, if you're looking for a quick, cheap mod that's easy to install yourself, definitely recommend it. See you next time, guys.